Here, I'll show you how to professionally format an entire Excel workbook in no time. I'll show you a hidden trick for smaller changes and then an entire custom workflow for more complex changes. And I'll show you how to make it work for you. Let's get started. Come on. The goal is to go from this to this. Much better formatting, and it prints really well. But we need this for multiple worksheets, not just one. Here we have sales broken out by month. And to update all of this would take a very long time, and that's why you give it to the intern. But here, let's make their life a little bit easier. And let's learn how to update the formatting for all of the worksheets in a much faster way. Now, the very first thing that we want to do is to go to one of the worksheets. This is the January worksheet. It is the original version of this one right here. And this one we're going to format by hand. So we will move the KPIs up here, we'll move the charts around, the table down below. We will remove this horrible formatting up here, and you'll go through it. It'll take quite some time, but you have to do it for at least one worksheet. Now, one little tip, depending on the data that you have in your worksheets, is that you can update multiple worksheets at once by doing this. We click the tab and we hit Control or Shift and click another tab that has the same setup. Then we can edit one single tab. Let's go here, remove the formatting. How about bold 18? And we can go to all of these now, and it will have been updated. So if you have a simple data set, that can work really well, and it's a great little tip. The problem is that it doesn't work for more complex worksheets. Look, we cannot even click and drag the charts. So we need another way to handle this. And that's why we need one worksheet set up exactly how we want it to be. Once you spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or however long you need to, getting it to look exactly like you want, then we can move to the next step. It is time to open up Copilot. And don't leave yet, don't say no, no complaining allowed. I'm going to show you how to input a prompt that will give you repeatable results. And I'm going to show you how to build a prompt that will work for your data set and the process that you need to go through in order to make it robust and repeatable. These are the prompts that I will cover later in the tutorial. You'll see how we go from simple to this big bad prompt. But this is the one that you really need to make it repeatable. And I promise the creation of this prompt is not difficult. It is a very simple process that I'm going to show you how to go through, and it doesn't even take that long. So once we've copied our prompt, we can go in here and paste it in. Make sure that you are in the editing mode. If you don't see those, update your Excel version, and Copilot should then show the editing mode. Run it. After about a minute, here we go. Amazing. And even updated the charts, changed average to AVG. Let's hit done. And it looks like I do not have to change anything. Less than a minute for all of that. All we need to do is to craft the correct prompt. We've got an AI for Excel course coming out, and it is going to be pretty darn interesting. If you're interested in AI and Excel, make sure you sign up for our newsletter so you'll be notified when it's released, and you'll get an additional discount on the course. And of course, you still need to verify and make sure that the data is correct. That's very important, and that it has not made any little tiny mistakes. But in the 10 times or so that I have run this prompt, 9 out of 10, I have not had to correct a single thing. The 1 out of 10, it has been something very tiny, usually related to this pie chart. For some reason, that seems to be a little bit difficult for AI. But updating a few minor things here and there is still going to take you a lot less time than starting from scratch on each worksheet. But the most important thing, the thing that allows us to get good, repeatable results, the prompt. So now I'm going to go through the prompts and show you how I built that big one and show you how you can do it and make it work for your setup. Here is our big prompt, but we did not start that way. We started up here. Super simple prompt. Pretty darn not great. Okay, so that gives it away. It is pretty darn not great. This is the prompt though. Copy the formatting from the Sales Jan worksheet to the other monthly sales worksheets. It must look identical to it while retaining its own separate data and formulas. Usually this is the prompt that they will show you when they are trying to demo AI for really any AI company. They want to make you think it's very, very simple and the AI is very smart and it knows everything. But if you give this to AI, before I tell you, can you guess what the problem is? We are giving the AI too much room to guess. All the AI really does is guessing. Statistics is a really nice way to say guess. So what is formatting? What does that actually mean? If you notice, there are no grid lines over here. Is that formatting? Or is it not? I mean, it's just on the View tab. What about titles for charts? What about changing that word from average to AVG? We are giving too much room for the AI to guess, and it doesn't really guess that well. Here you can see the result of that little tiny prompt. You may think, hey, it did a pretty good job, right? And this will be shown in most demos. But it did not do a good enough job. The charts are absolutely not how I want them. The grid lines are still there. Title, not good. Every time that I run this little prompt, it is making so many guesses that the things that are wrong with it now are different the next time. And that's not helpful for us. We're going to spend more time fixing all the little tiny things because first we have to find them before we can fix them than we would have if we didn't use that annoying prompt. And this is usually where people fall off the AI Copilot bandwagon. And it's understandable. It is not really marketed or taught to you well. The next step up is this guy. This is what we need. This gets us 95% of the way there. But it looks like a lot, and it would take a long time to write it out. So how do we get this prompt? Well, we use another prompt. We use a prompt to get a prompt. So prompt to get this. We go into a different AI, not Copilot, and we tell it, create a prompt that I can use in Copilot in Excel that will allow me to copy the formatting from the Sales Jan worksheet to all other sales worksheets. And the XX is just kind of a placeholder for whatever comes after the dash, and the AI will understand that. Once you do this, your other AI, so not Copilot, is going to give you something like this. Now, what it actually returns depends on what you have done previously within that AI because it has context. That's a little bit beyond this tutorial, but my point is you use AI to get the bigger prompt. Then we can go through that prompt and improve it. Before I move on, why shouldn't we use Copilot over here in Excel to get this prompt? Because Copilot's not very good at it. The responses over here are tailored for a more simple Excel interface. So it tends not to return something like this, even when I say I need a very detailed, thorough prompt, etc., etc. But can you see any problems with this prompt? Those of you that have watched my videos before, what's the problem? There is one main thing that I tell you with all of the prompts that we need to do to make our life so much easier, because this only gets us 95% of the way there. We have to iterate. Building a prompt is always iterative. Well, if I want to iterate now, I go through it. Okay. Then I go down here. All right, well, let's put something right here maybe. Or maybe we need something down here or up here. The problem is it's not readable. It is not easy for us to read. And that makes it difficult to update and maintain. So we take this prompt, then we tell AI to put it into a well-structured bullet point format that is easy to update and maintain. That's not a specific prompt. You really just need to tell it to put it in bullet point format. And then you will get a prompt like this. A couple sentences at the top and lots of bullet points. The bullet points are broken up into sections. Sections are great for AI. They help it better understand what you're trying to do, and it makes it a lot easier for you to update it. So notice down here at the bottom, I have a grid lines visibility. Within the section, replicate all of the following from sales Jan. Before I added that right there, it was not certain that the grid lines would actually be removed. So I added one bullet point, 2 words, made my prompt better. So once we've gotten this prompt, it is very easy to run it, update it, fix it, get it better. But let's take a look at this guy in bold. Why is this in bold? Because I want to show you how such a tiny change has such a big impact. Originally, this was like that and that. And the bold doesn't matter. Bold does not copy over here. The labels for the pie chart were not copying correctly. It was maybe 7 out of 10 times good. How did I fix that? Just those 2 words. That's how much of an impact a tiny change in your prompt can make. That's why it is so important to have it in a format like this. No more tiny prompts. In our full AI course, we will go into more depth and many more examples of how to build prompts and make them work for you, but I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you'd like to get more information about our course, check the links below the video, or just go to teachexcel.com. And if you sign up for the newsletter, we will give you a discount when the course is released. And if you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon, as well as give us a thumbs up, a hype, maybe leave a comment and share it with someone who you think might find it useful. I ask for those things because they help us grow. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and see you next time. Cheers.